Okay, we're just gonna go live here. Let me just hope Arno gets here in time. I'm just gonna play the intro.
This is gonna be an adventure on its own. All the people are gonna come, 'cause it's time for PeaCreaLive. Mr. Big and Lovely.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of PeaCreaLive. Today we're going to talk about a very important topic because a lot of people are feeling really run down. It's called Recharge Yourself. And I'm just trying to get Arno on the show. One second, okay? 1 second. Yeah. Dude, you coming on the show?
Yes,
What?
I'm actually right here.
Oh, shit! Oh, it's live, PeaCreaLive!
Hey, we are live! Woohoo! Hello, everyone.
Hello, everybody. Hopefully you can hear us both with our one microphone set up. But we're here to do the show in person now that we're allowed to meet in small numbers. We found 2 is a small enough number.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we even hugged.
Well, careful, man. There might be cops watching the show
Oh, sorry. I mean, we hugged
with elbows.
spiritually. Yes.
Yeah.
We spiritually hugged with elbows. is
Yes.
what we did.
Yeah, from a distance.
Mm.
So today the show is about recharge yourself. By the way, why don't we do a really quick update, if it's cool? Because last 2 shows have been about Arno and he had a big kind of financial shock, and then what he was doing to deal with that and work with that. And the second show was a few days after the financial shock, and he got a big boost from some of the exercises we talked about, from spending time in stillness, from being with himself, finding actually what his excitement was instead of listening to all his triggers, his brain trying to fix the situation, but actually taking that time to figure out, how do I really want to navigate this situation? And then so you were in a totally different state a few days later. Now we're 1 week later from the financial shock. So why don't we just get a little update on that?
Yeah, okay. So basically, yeah, it's difficult for me to remember that it was just 1 week passed, because I feel completely the opposite as I used to, as I was feeling last week. On Monday's episode, I was talking about a possible win, and I didn't want to celebrate it earlier than it happens, but it finally was realized. So we have a bag of cocaine behind us that I brought to celebrate, and no, that's not true, man.
It's just sugar. It's just sugar.
It's just a bag of sugar, which is probably even worse.
Yeah, it is.
Especially if you snort it. So I had this win brought me a little bit of financial security, but as I was saying offline to David, it brought me a lot of energy and motivation and optimism. So I immediately set a very high goal, what I consider a stretch goal, a new one. And I said it because it fills me with excitement and joy and makes me want to materialize it in life. And I think it makes all my interactions better, and I'm just enjoying myself more. So what else? And then a lot of other positive things happened. And some of the things that happened or didn't happen. I mean, just to be clear, the problem that I talked about last week about the tenants not renewing is not solved, still not. But my view of this problem is completely different. I'm like, okay, it's gonna solve itself somehow. I'm not. I have some ideas, but I'm not really sure how. But the difference is that I'm out of this phase of sadness and hopelessness. And so I feel much better thanks to PeaCreaLive.
Yeah.
Thank you, David.
Yeah. Well, so, this is one of the things that a lot of people don't realize when you have an emotional trigger come up. If you just sit with the trigger and get still with it and feel the emotions and go into it, it can actually be, excuse me, the flowers, they get me. It can actually be take you less time to go through the emotions. Integration and emotional processing actually shortens the amount of time we need to spend in painful emotions when a trigger comes up. So, Arnaud, 1 week later, the situation isn't resolved, but he's because his whole perspective and energy has shifted around the situation. He's seeing solutions that he didn't see before.
Yes.
And he's actually able to create a solution that he didn't see before, right? So he had that financial shock, but then he managed to create a financial win, and now he's got like a longer ramp to deal with the financial shock, right? So these kind of things are unpredictable, but if we just let ourselves listen to the triggers, we just stay in those difficult emotional states longer. We need to return to stillness and let the stillness show us what our next best steps are.
Yeah.
So we're going to actually do an exercise in stillness today, right now, together, because there's a few people watching. And whenever people meditate together, it creates kind of like a bigger ripple effect than when people are doing it by themselves. And of course, I encourage your own meditation. Do that as much as you want. I do it every day. But we're going to do a group meditation right now. So, and we just for all of us to get into stillness a little bit.
Yeah.
And then we're going to talk about the main topic of the show, which is how to recharge yourself, because a lot of people are feeling really run down right now. More people I talk to in the corporate world, the people I'm coaching and teaching, so many of them are just on their laptops all day in this remote work environment. And this has been a strain on everybody. So we're going to talk about ways to recharge after we do the meditation.
Yeah, I can just before we get into the meditation, guys, if you're watching that, this is a live show.
Yeah.
If you have questions, if you have a theme that you want to bring, if you want to share your story about how you manage or didn't manage to recharge yourself, please write it in the comment. We'll see. We already have 3 likes, so thank you for liking it. We like you as well. We even love you. And now we can go to the meditation. And wow, another like. Thanks. Keep the dopamine going. And then we have a lot of things to talk about. So let's jump into the meditation.
Yeah, let's do the meditation. So everybody who's watching, and of course, if you're not watching this live, this can all apply to you as well. But everybody who's watching, I encourage you to find a comfortable spot to sit for a few minutes, because we're gonna create a field of stillness together. And if you're the energetically inclined, like I know many of my friends are, you'll be able to feel a difference in your meditation when it's with a group versus when it's alone, even if the meditation happens in an environment like this remotely. So find a position that's comfortable. It won't be a long meditation. Find a position that's comfortable, and I invite you to just straighten your spine. Start breathing more deeply. I'm gonna invite you to close your eyes in a second. Just breathing more deeply, straightening the spine. I'm gonna move the microphone a little bit closer to me so I can just be a little bit softer and sexier during the meditation. So, okay, we're noticing our bodies. We're noticing if we're tense. We're just taking a moment to realize we're going to offer ourselves some stillness and some self-care. And so now I invite you to close your eyes. Do a deep inhale all together. Exhale all together. Deep inhale all together and hold it. Hold it, and when you exhale, just let it come out the mouth and make a sound if you want to, like. Deep inhale all together. No force required. Exhale. Now we're going to do some box breathing now, which is a technique you can do at any time to help yourself settle down and help your nervous system settle down. And box breathing is a very simple pattern. Box breathing is we take an in-breath and then we hold it, and then we do an out-breath and we hold it out, and then we do an in-breath. And I'm going to walk you through it. We're just going to do count of 5 in each stage of the box breathing. So, for example, when you inhale, we're going to count to 5, and then we're going to hold for 5. Breathe out for 5, and hold out for 5. So let's try that and see how that feels in your body. We're just connecting more deeply into our bodies now. So breathe all the air that you have out. Breathe out completely. And now take a slow, deep breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let it be out. 2, 3, 4, 5. And in. 1, 2. All the way. 3, 4, 5. And hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe it in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And hold it. Nothing for your mind to do. Nothing for you to concentrate on. Just the breathing and the sensations in the body. Let it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it out. Notice that the next in-breath is always going to be there for you. Nature is there to support you. In. 1, 2, 3, all the way. 4, 5, and hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and hold it out. Let it out. This is us consciously controlling our nervous system. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and hold it in. We're showing our nervous system that we're safe. Breathe it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, just breathe naturally now. Notice what's going on for you, and if it's different how you felt when we started the meditation or when we started the show. Notice if there's any different sensations in the body. We only did a couple minutes of box breathing. You can do 5 minutes of it. You can do 10 minutes of it. But just a couple minutes, you will start to see changes. And as we're feeling what's going on in the body, I want you to start to move your awareness down from your head. Just let your awareness melt down away from your head. We spend so much time in our heads, and this is not where our soul speaks to us most of the time. This is not where most of our power comes from. So let's drop the awareness down into our bodies. Let your awareness fall down your neck, into your chest. Let your awareness drop into your belly. Just breathing naturally, let your awareness drop into your pelvic area. What does that area feel like? What does it feel like on whatever you're sitting on? Just drop your awareness down to your knees. What's happening where your knees are? Just drop your awareness down to your feet. What's happening where your feet are? Now bring the awareness back up to your knees. Notice that you can do this. Notice that you can direct your whole awareness to one part of yourself. This is what's happening when we get stuck in our difficult emotions, when we get stuck in our narrow perspectives. All that's happened is our awareness has gotten stuck in one very specific point. Just like it could get stuck in our knee, it gets stuck in one particular idea or perspective or emotional pain. And the way to help it heal is to return our awareness to wholeness and stillness. So bring your awareness back up to your pelvic area. Let your awareness slide up your body on the inside, going through your organs in your stomach, your intestines, coming up to your solar plexus and your ribs. Coming into your heart area. What does it feel like there? Is it expansive? Does it feel tight? Does it feel heavy? Does it feel open? Bring your awareness, keep your awareness here in your heart. And as your awareness is here in your heart, I want you to see if you can feel the space in between your organs. Can you feel that space? Can you feel that space inside you? That's where some stillness is. Sometimes that's where playfulness is. There's like a lightness to the energy in between the organs. Your body is 99.9% space because atoms are 99.9% space. Can you feel the space in between your cells? Can you feel the space in between your atoms? What does it feel like to explore your in-between world? The part of you that is space inside. Maybe you feel it in your fingers. That your fingers are actually space. What do you feel in this space? Is there a feeling there? Is this space saying anything to you? As you feel this space in between your physical parts, where does it end? Does it end where your skin is? Or does this space inside you seem to connect to the space just outside of you? What does it feel like? What is the space just around you saying to you? Is there a feeling or a sensation or any words that come? The space just around you, it's holding you. Very gently. The space inside of you is just, there's an aliveness there, very gently, very gentle. What does this space feel like? And whenever you're ready, just take a nice deep breath. Deep breath in. And as you exhale, I want you to feel the other people doing this meditation with you. Just send them gratitude. Just say thank you to all the people doing this meditation with you right now. And as you send the gratitude, can you also feel the gratitude that they're sending you? What happens to the space around you and the space inside of you when you send gratitude and receive gratitude? Anybody who ever sees this, or seeing it right now, or whoever sees this part, will be sending you gratitude, and they will be receiving your gratitude. What does that feel like in the space of your body? What does that feel like in the space around you? Say one more thank you, and then whenever you're ready, you can just close the meditation for yourself. Thank you, everybody, for doing that with us. That was a little nervous system reset. Arno looks like he's seeing a different world than before the meditation started.
Good shit, bro.
So let me put this microphone back. I know some of you did that with us. I know some of you were watching and did it with us. So type your comments. We should be able to get them and see them. Type your comments and let us know if you enjoyed that. I wanted to keep it around 10 minutes. And it was all it takes is like 10 minutes to create a state change inside yourself. And so yeah, let us know some comments if you want to about how that was for you. But how was that for you? Did anything happen?
Yeah, that was very cool. That was very relaxing, and at some point I could really feel maybe a motherly or fatherly energy around me who was basically rocking me back and forth.
I saw you moving.
Yeah, so at the beginning I could connect it with some, nervous activity or muscle activity, but at some point I really felt like someone was gently,
rocking you.
Rocking me.
Yeah.
Rocking me. I felt a little bit of guilt because we were talking offline before, and you are pretty tired, right, from external circumstances, and I was like, well, here I come in David's place, have this nice welcome, and he does the meditation, and I just receive it. So I felt like a freeloader. But I remember that you told me that when you do this kind of thing, you're living your purpose. So I was like, okay, fine.
That's absolutely right.
And I guess that while leading the meditation, you're also getting some of the benefit as well, right?
Oh, absolutely. I was definitely feeling it the whole way. Yeah, it's a little bit different when I'm guiding a meditation than when I'm just in the meditation, but I was definitely feeling it the whole way. Yeah. I had this big tingly come into my hands. That's why I mentioned the hands. I had all this feeling in my hands. It went crazy. So yeah.
You almost cracked. I mean,
we got a comment. What happened?
Okay, now let's hear it from Janie.
Janie, who was on our show, gave us some great havening techniques, which I have been using pretty much every day since.
Me too.
Go watch the show about havening. It's an amazing technique for taking care of yourself. And she says that it was expansive. Thank you. Thank you, Janie. Thanks for being here doing the meditation with us.
Isn't it weird for you, English speaker, that it's pronounced the same way as expensive, like money-wise? Expensive.
Oh, it's a little bit different. It's
Already?
expensive is the money. Expansive is there's a slight difference in the vowel.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
Totally heard it.
I know. Czech people would hear it.
Okay.
Because Czech is really
No,
precise.
I wanted to say you almost correct me when you were like, "Can you feel it in your fingers?"
Oh, yeah, I saw you smirk.
Because I was like, "I feel it
In
in
my
my
fingers.
fingers.
I feel it in my toes. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you can be a meditator and be a geek at the same time, or pop
Yeah.
culture geek, or
Yeah,
or a dork,
sure.
or, yeah.
Love Actually
Yeah.
references. Good.
Yeah.
Well, so look, we're going to be doing. I think I'd like to be doing live meditations on the show together whenever we do the show, because the feel that we create when a group meditates, it's not just, you know, 3 people meditating is 3 people. Janie says I did too. I guess she's talking about maybe the tingling in the hands.
Or she
Yeah.
was talking about Love Actually.
Yeah, or that, or yeah,
Who knows?
or maybe the rock me part. I don't know. It's hard to tell.
Rock me.
But because you're unfortunately we're a little bit ahead of you. There's a little bit of a delay. So if you want to comment about something, just mention specifically what you're commenting about. Because okay, we got another
Christine's
one.
working.
Christine.
He's
All right, let's see. I'm going to put her on the screen and talk about Christine now. Relaxing, but even more, the boundaries between within and without blended and flowed.
Yes.
Especially love the giving and receiving gratitude from others doing it. Oh, thank you, Christine.
Amazing.
That is amazing.
Yeah, that's something. I mean, every meditation I do at the moment is always come back to this: where do I stop? Where do you begin? You know, and this where is the self? You know, so you didn't formulate it. Oh, the singing part. Jenny is writing.
Oh, Janie almost laughed because of the singing. Got it. Yeah. Okay.
So. There is, you know, once you didn't formulate it this way, but there was this question like, where is the self when you meditate like that? But you talked about boundaries, and they kind of disappear as Christine is writing, and that's a very pleasant feeling and very feeling of oneness and connection.
Yeah. Yeah. Great. Yeah. Thank you for mentioning that, Mom. And we're going to do something different in each one of these meditations all the time. And so, you know, it's going to be different each time, but we want to do it because, well, as Christine experienced, there's a different thing happens when we're with a group in a meditation.
Yes.
It really is a different field that gets created. But what I was saying is that, you know, when you do a group meditation, 1 + 1 does not just equal 2, because, I mean, in the studies of this, like the transcendental meditation is a popular meditation that it took off in the 70s. And they were studying what happens when groups of people get together and meditate in a city. And what they found was that, you know, crime dropped in the cities when and after the meditation was happening, you know. And so it's because we're all connected in consciousness. When a group of people all focuses in a certain way, you affect much more than just the people meditating. It creates a whole field. And I think this is one of the best ways we can move forward as humans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's one thing I want to say about group meditation. Another thing that happens when you do a group meditation is that meditation happen, because
Yeah.
you know, that's such a good motivator to know that other people are doing it with you, and you don't have to use that much willpower. You're just going into the flow and meditating with other people. And that's actually nicely ties in with our theme of today, which is recharging. Because I think you know how to recharge. I know how to recharge. Most people know how to recharge. But what's sometimes challenging is to actually stop and do it. You know?
Yeah.
And I found some similarity in our situation for this week. This week went in a great way for me. And this week was challenging in terms of a lot of work for you. And both of us we were talking about what we are going to do this week, and are we going to recharge or not? And both of us were like, there is a little bit of resistance to actually pausing and recharging, right?
Yeah.
So group meditation is a great way to actually pause, you know, do it for real, not just think, yeah, I should meditate, I should sleep, I should take naps, etc., but actually do something and actually do the meditation.
Yeah. I think, you know, all of us, there's that thing between, introverts and extroverts recharge the batteries in different ways.
Yes.
Apparently, the sign, how it goes is that introverts are people who recharge when they're alone, and extroverts can actually get energy and recharge from being with other people. But I don't think it's that cut and dry, honestly. I think that everybody has things where they recharge when they do it with others as a social process, and everybody has things that they recharge when they're alone. So it's up to each of us to figure out how our batteries really get recharged. But one of the ways that I've been teaching it recently is that you have 4 types of energy. You have physical energy,
Oh yeah.
emotional energy, mental energy, and spiritual energy. And the key to recharging yourself is recharging all 4 of those energies, ideally every day. And I'm not even that good at this. I definitely hit the spiritual one every day. I definitely hit I'm working with the emotions pretty much every day. But very often that's like dealing with difficult emotions. So, sometimes I forget to do the emotional recharge, which means cultivate what feels like play, what feels like joy, what feels like just, joy for no reason. Like that would be like an emotional recharge. And then there's the mental recharge, which means you focus on only one thing at once, or you learn something new, or you or you do some journaling, something that lets you clarify your thoughts, or you just turn off your brain for a while, not trying to do meditate, but just literally let yourself think of nothing, and just close your eyes for 5 minutes. That would be a mental recharge. Sometimes I skip that one. Then there's the physical recharge, which is exercise, stretching and exercise. Of course, getting enough sleep, food, but also how do you do food? One of the things I found that recharges me a lot more is when I don't eat lunch. So that would be an example of a physical recharge for me, is actually skipping lunch. Because if I eat lunch, my energy just drops in the afternoon. My body doesn't like to be digesting then for some reason. So I'll eat like a big breakfast and a big dinner, but I'm not eating lunch and I'm having much more energy. So these are, we each need to find, and I'd love to hear from you guys, and I want to hear from you, Arnaud. What are the things you do in these 4 realms? Physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually to recharge.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can get like 2-for-1 deals. Like if you do a good meditation, that can be both a spiritual and a mental recharge, for example. So you can get playing with your kids, being really in the moment, playing with your kids. That's like a physical, mental, and emotional recharge. So kids are great for like a 3-in-1 deal. And then maybe you contemplate the nature of your existence in relationship with your children, and then it becomes a 4-to-1 deal.
Yeah.
But so let's hear from people. What are the ways you recharge?
Yeah.
So how about you?
Yeah. So that's something we talked about in a previous episode. The playing with the kids is definitely hitting a lot of boxes at the same time. So I'm not going to expand on it. One thing I do to recharge is actually having conversations with people, because in conversation you have some mental and good conversations. The mental energy is recharged, but very often the energy side as well is recharged. And today I was having like a great conversation with a spiritual teacher, and so there was a lot of spirituality involved, and I could really feel energized after. I feel energized when I coach people as well, because it recharged me on the same levels. What I wanted to say is that oftentimes balance is important, and I found out that if I skip one of those recharge possibilities, then I kind of tumble. So this week I didn't pause enough to find stillness. So I'm not sure where you position stillness in those 4 kind of energy, if emotional or And because I didn't pause, I went in automatic modes. So I checked messages much more than I should have. I was very often in a state I forgot something, not a state of restlessness. And it stumbled upon my physical energetical boost, and I started eating like crap. I eat pizza the whole week, basically. So on one hand, it was delicious, but on the other hand, I felt that my body was telling me, dude, seriously, pizza again? So and that's why posing is so important, right? Posing, recharging, because like an exercise as simple as the one David led us through at the beginning, it helps take you a step back and see, oh, okay, I was on automatic mode. Now maybe it's time again, control again, and I choose what I want to do, and I choose if I want to gain energy or keep losing it.
Yeah. If you're rushing, then your brain is going to try to conserve your energy by running its automatic patterns. You have automatic patterns in your brain for almost everything. Like, for example, have you ever been driving somewhere and then you were thinking about something and then you realize like you don't really remember the last three streets because it's just on your automatic commute?
Yes.
Your brain was driving on autopilot. If you like you ever leave your house and you're like, wait, did I lock the door? I don't remember locking the door. And then you go back and the door's locked. Yeah, it's because your brain stored an automatic program to lock the door. And so when it went through the automatic program, you're not even conscious of it. So you have all these automatic programs running in you all the time. And if you rush, your brain is going to go into what automatic programs can I use? Because we're trying to get done something really quick.
Yeah.
And the automatic programs are there to try to get you to have to use less mental brain power and do things more quickly. That's why they become automatic. But if you let them do that, you're just running on your brain's autopilot for your whole day, for your whole life.
Yeah.
And autopilot is not where you can be more conscious. Autopilot is not where you can stay in the moment. Autopilot is not where you get your creativity. Autopilot is not where you have your connection. You feel your connection with other people. Mm-hmm. Autopilot is just like your brain just being like task. It's your brain goes into computer mode.
And it's just to before we read Jenny's comment, autopilot is very important, right? Because if we didn't have it, we would like froze and we would be exhausted constantly.
Yes.
Okay, so I need to move my hand. I need to put this word with this word.
Eating would be so hard. Like, wait,
oh my God.
Okay, now chew. Yeah.
And I guess that some mental disease or some neurological disease are that's
no autopilot.
Yeah, no autopilot. So for those people, what we consider simple things are like
really difficult.
That requires a lot of willpower. But yes, as David was saying, if you're on autopilot all the time, which everyone has phases where you just go task, and it's so difficult to pause and stop and be like, no, okay, what do I really want to do? What do I really need to do at this moment?
Yeah.
So Jenny had a nice tip, and she says, can I read the comment?
Yeah,
I never read comments. So Reiki does all four. She's referring to all four kind of energies, and that's pretty dope. Wow, I need to get more into Reiki. Hey, Dave, would you know someone who can facilitate Reiki in Prague?
I know a Reiki facilitator. I think she's in the kitchen.
Oh my God! Wow, that's amazing.
If anybody's interested in Reiki in Prague, Kaka does hold Reiki circles, Reiki shares. And if you have trained, if you've basically are you a Reiki practitioner or have any Reiki training, you can come and give Reiki and receive. And if you haven't, you can come and just receive and see what it's like. And it feels really good. And and Janie is a Reiki master as well. And she's been doing Reiki for quite a long time. My first experience with Reiki were with Janie actually. And there's some really crazy things happen in Reiki. I mean, you think you're just lying there and nothing's happening. Somebody's just putting a hand on your face and then putting a hand on your shoulder. But then after a while, 30 minutes in, you're having I'm seeing all these colors. I'm having dreams. I'm like in and out of sleep. My mind has been transported to a whole other place. So I would definitely concur. That's a high. So this is one of the reasons I mean that recharging can be a social process, because there's a long tradition in ancient cultures of hands-on healing. I mean, if you just go hang out with someone and you be in their energy and you are you looking right down to where our legs were touching just now? Is that why? Because I was talking about touching and you looked down. His knee was touching my leg.
Yeah.
I think he was recharging off of me.
I was trying to recharge you and not drain you.
Okay, it's okay. Recharging each other.
Yeah.
But if you, literally being in proximity with someone, and physical touch is showing your nervous system that you can be, allows your nervous system to go into like a recharge mode. So the group meditations, getting a therapy session like Reiki, getting some physical touch. Of course, everybody knows why a massage feels very rejuvenating, but oh yeah, and Janie points out, she's got another comment. She's got so many comments today. This is great.
Thank you, Jenny.
Janie points out that, of course, it can be done remotely as well. So yeah, there are a lot of therapists right now offering their services online. And what are you waiting for, basically? You just need a phone or a computer, webcam and a couch, and you get to have someone do some therapy on you from afar. And I've had lots of those sessions as well, and I definitely feel all kinds of things in those sessions. So, there's something that happens in our brains. It's like, why can't we massage ourselves and it feels just as good as someone else massaging me? Because there's something that happens in our brains when we surrender. When we just surrender to someone else or the universe, just surrender to you could surrender to your soul, you could surrender to God, however you want to talk about it. But you can also just surrender to someone else. And that changes the way the brain works in that moment and allows the healing processes to start inside your body.
Yeah, no, completely. So get a therapist online, get a Reiki massage, a Reiki e-massage, and get recharged. So I'm thinking about other way I used to recharge. For me, the one you advised last week when I was feeling very down for this financial situation, the Wim Hof breathing really did miracle.
Oh yeah.
And it's,
breathing exercises. Yeah, so why don't you talk about what happened with the Wim Hof breathing?
Yeah, well, first of all, one thing that I didn't expect is that it brought us closer with my family.
Oh yeah?
Because Wim Hof is getting more and more popular in the Czech Republic, and Clara got heard of it and she was curious, so we started to do exercises like this 10 minutes breathing exercise. But she was like, yeah, we cannot do it if the kids are around. I was like, why not? Let's try. And sure enough, we did it, and the kids just watched us, and they kind of breathed a little bit like us, and it was a fun family experience that we shared, and the energy was definitively there. Plus, there was the emotional component of sharing things, with your loved one. And I'm not gonna get into, it's the technique itself. You can find it on YouTube, but it's just like accelerated breathing. Then you hold your breath, and it's but it's very, very efficient.
Yeah,
it's very, very efficient.
Yeah, it only takes about 10 minutes.
Yeah, 10 minutes, or you can even do it shorter. 10 minutes is like our 3 cycles, but you can do just 1 cycle. Sometimes when I feel like I don't have time, I'm like, okay, you don't have time for 10 minutes, but you can do like one cycle.
Yeah,
and it's great because it feels good as well.
Yeah.
Again, no need for willpower because you have this, how you say it, carrot and stick. So you have the carrot waiting for you. At the end, this feeling of, everything's okay. I mean, that stillness,
Yeah.
And that was one of your advice to practice stillness just because it feels good.
Yes.
And so that definitively recharges me. But as I was saying, the challenge for me is actually pausing, get out of this automatic mode and do, okay, now I'm going to recharge. Now I'm going to do it.
I love that you're talking about recharging with the family. Make it a family recharge.
Yeah.
Let's do a recharge exercise together, and do it, something physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual, or something that combines them all. And as soon as you combine it with someone else, you're already getting that emotional component, as you said. So it's already emotional recharge is starting.
And if your family isn't tuned to spiritual vocabulary, you can just say, hey, let's get a walk together. That's an act. Go on a walk and talking, because you would get the physical recharge. You have a conversation, so you have the mental one, and you are with loved ones, so you have the emotional recharge as well.
Yeah, something very simple like that. So the key is, as Arnaud is saying, is not to skip these things, because as soon as your cup is empty, now you're in the danger of having a breakdown. And these things are what allow us to refill our cup, the physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. So, the people who don't aren't used to the feeling of stillness, at first when we practice stillness, what happens is the brain is like, I can't be doing this. This is a waste of time. Nothing is happening. I need to go do things. I need to be completing something.
Yes.
I can't, this is such a waste of time. But if you can just practice it each day for just a few minutes, very soon you will start to feel completely different in the stillness. And you will start to feel like, oh my God, this feels so good. Oh my God, I don't have to do anything right now.
Yes.
I can just leave all those things that I'm thinking about constantly, all those worries I'm thinking about constantly. I can pick those back up as soon as I'm done with this. They don't have to go anywhere. I'm not sacrificing anything. I'm just going to put them down for now. And then I'm just going to be still. Oh my God, it feels so good to just be still. And then I can pick my stuff back up again. So once you get past your brain telling you the incorrect idea that nothing is happening, that you don't have, it's a waste of time. Once you get past that, you will find that the stillness is just like, as Arnaud said, it doesn't take willpower because it just feels so good.
Yeah. And that was a total game changer for my financial problem. That was a game changer, really, like, okay, I'm here with my problem. Oh my God, money. And then thanks to this stillness exercise, but also resting and the other recharge we just talked about, I could do okay. And as David was saying at the beginning, I could see more options. So there is one thing I'm not sure I've stressed enough today. It's not just when things go bad that you need to recharge and pause, because this week I felt amazing, but because I felt amazing, my brain wanted more, and we wanted to achieve more and more and more. And oh yeah, I have this exciting thing I want to do, and this email I want, and this person I want to call. Wow, I received this great message. I want to answer to that. And it's a great situation to be in, right? I'm very grateful for that. But at the same time, it was difficult for me to say, no, I'm going to not eat that cake now. I'm going to, spend time with myself and recharge. So when we are in a bad situation where there is no hope, sometimes it's difficult to pause and recharge. But when we are in a positive situation where everything is exciting, that can be equally challenging to say, wait a minute. Okay, everything's awesome, but yes, I need to take care of myself and my energy first, because I will burn out. I will go too close to the sun, basically.
Yeah. Like Icarus.
Yeah.
And melt your wings. Yeah. Sad. But what I like to do that helps me with this is I've been doing this practice recently called drawing my day. So in my workbook, I'm on a course of the David Papa course. So there's David Papa workbook. Actually, it's kind of true. I'm learning. My soul is learning what it means to be David Papa. But anyway, I have in my little journal. In my journal, when I start the day, when I sit down with a hot drink, I've done my morning routine. I wake up, I do my qigong, I do my some physical things, I do a little bit of stretching, do some meditation, prayer. So I'm doing all those things in the beginning of the day, already aligning my energy. But then when I sit down and I have my notebook and my first hot drink, I'm not into work yet. I'm not doing my work yet. What I will do is I'll draw my day. So I'll have my calendar there, like on my phone. I keep a digital calendar. So I'll have my calendar there, but then I actually draw my calendar in my journal. I'll actually sometimes I'll like make the hours down the side, or can you reach it? Yeah, you reach that? I could show it on the, perfect. Just slide. Yeah, so I'm just, it's very simple, but I'm just drawing my day. I'm just drawing my day and making notes. It just looks like boxes, but I'm with my hand and mind going through each moment of my day, and I'm actually drawing when I'm going to do my recharges.
That's good.
So I'm seeing the boxes in my calendar, but then I write in, like, hang out with Arnaud. I write in, go to the park. I write in, but I draw it. I draw it in my journal. So it's not just on the digital. Something very different happens with me when I put it in my journal on paper with my pen, rather than just type it into my digital calendar. The digital, for some reason, like if go to the park is is on my digital calendar, for some reason I'm much more willing to skip it
Really?
than if I write it down, draw it in my journal.
Yeah, I can
in my
relate to
in my
that.
opening, how I open my day, I draw it in my journal, and then it's like, oh no, this is a gift I decided I was going to give myself. This park time. So I'm gonna go do it, and so I've been drawing my day, and that has been really helpful.
That's interesting. I mean, putting the pleasant activities of your life in your calendar is already an important step that I forgot to do, as I just realized. But I like this idea of drawing it because it's like putting more weight on it, and you actually spend some extra time to drawing it. And that's, as you said, that's not a couple of clicks. You're actually drawing and investing in it. And so then when you follow what's going to happen in your day, you're like, oh yeah, no, the park stuff, it's important. I spend the time to draw it. It's, as you said, it's a gift. So that's an interesting technique. I had experience with that.
Yeah, I think another reason why the drawing your day works is because of the reasons visualization work. All professional athletes, the top ones, they visualize everything they do in their game before they do it, because that visualization primes the brain. So I think, as I'm hearing you talk about it, one of the things why drawing your day works is that when I draw the park time, I'm visioning myself being in the park while I'm drawing, because that's just what the brain does. So I'm priming my whole brain and body to be in the position to basically accept the idea of the park. So then when it's time to come to the park, that kind of like the essence of that idea is already embedded in me, and it's easier to do, I think.
Yeah. I think maybe it's obvious, but if the park is not attractive to you, if you have another way to recharge, then it works as well, right? It doesn't need to be the park.
Just an example.
Yeah, because it can be, that's the moment where I'm going to do a 10 minutes workout break. I'm going to do some pull-ups, or I'm going to play with my kids, or but it can be any activities that makes you feel good, that recharge you. And I really like this idea of drawing it.
Cool. Let's all try, everybody. Draw the day and then come on the show and tell us how it goes. We got some comments. Let's see. Christine says, yes, connection between mind, pen, hand, paper is much richer than digital notes.
I keep hearing that. So
that science proves that out. But also, I know Christine, she has many published poems, and she has published a novel. She's been a writer for a long time, and so she is someone who takes many notes and and writes a lot. So this is her experience also in this is particularly valuable. So I completely agree. The written notes are much better. And then we got a comment from Janie as well. That
Jenny is on fire today. Thank you, Jenny.
She says it's like intention setting. When you're drawing the day, it's similar to intention setting, which has also been shown to help you follow through on things. So that's one great reason it works.
It sounds like a nice addition to the morning routine, because just like you, the morning is not a problem. I wake up and I do meditation, I do journaling, and I manage to keep that pretty, every day. Then it's during the day once I started like task, that I have problem pausing and doing something that recharged me. So actually putting it, drawing it or setting the intention in the morning could probably help. So I'm experience with that. Yeah.
Great. There's been something else that I've been experimenting with that I've been calling dancing in the day, which means when the day starts, one of the first things I do is I do exercise, but I do it through dancing. And I've never been like a professional dancer or anything like that. I don't.
You do a pretty good robot.
I do a pretty good robot. I do decent robot. Everybody, yeah. But I like going out dancing for sure. But there's something different that happens in the body when you're dancing because, and I'm noticing this in my life now. When you dance and you just let your body move however it wants to move.
Yes.
It starts doing things that are that surprise you, and I can feel emotions shifting. I can feel my nervous system calming down. So it's it's actually become my exercise, the first exercise I have in the day. I mean, this morning I did it for 30 minutes. So I mean, it was an actual
for 30 minutes.
Yeah, it was an actual workout. I listened. It was 6 songs. 6 songs or something.
Yeah.
It was an actual workout, and But it wasn't a workout where it was like, do this repeated motion 20
it
times.
was like
It was, my body was doing whatever it wanted. So the energy came from how my body needed to use the energy.
Yeah.
I felt so energized and ready for the day when that was done. so just, I'm sharing my practice here. That's what the show is for. Dance in the day. Try it.
No, that's great. That's great. Actually, I danced this morning because, I recorded a rap verse for the song of my wife's band, and my 2-year-old loves it, so he asked to listen to it, so we played it. And then it was in the folder where I put all my songs. So then there was another song that I composed and that I really like. I know that's very self-centered, but I'm okay with it. So, and then I started to dance, and just as you said, my body, I don't know how to dance, but I know I've learned to let my body dance the way it wants. And then creativity kicked in, and I was like, I need to record a video clip for my song right now. So, and then I started blah, blah, blah. It happened automatically. I went in a state of flow, and like an hour later, I had a shitty but realized video clip for a song. And this is something that I had been postponed for weeks, and the video clip feature is me dancing completely in a goofy way while rapping twice the speed so that I can slow it down. Okay. Anyway, that was super creative stuff coming to me from dancing actually. And that was definitively a charger. I felt energized. I felt happy. My 2-year-old was happy as well. And there was some creative outcome out of it. So dancing for the win.
Yeah, for the win.
Yeah.
The things on the show, they're very practical. They're not just weird. They're also very practical. And that weird plus practical is the combination. That's where I like to live.
David, what should someone do if he or she wants something weirder and deeper?
Weirder and deeper.
Yeah, that what we just shared. Someone who would watch that and who would like our content and would like more weirder, deeper, and all of this for free.
Do it naked? I don't know.
Or go to the websites which are here and.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And here, and then if you put your name and email address, you will get a whole bunch of bonus. You will know when we do the show. Because we always say it at the last minute. It's becoming a meme at this point, but it's fun, so we keep doing that. And you will also receive an excellent... okay, now let me be authentic. I haven't read it, but I'm sure it's excellent. Ego integration checklist that David made, and ebook that I did on how to find your peace of mind now. So follow those. It's difficult because the camera is mirrored, so I can't do it in automatic mode. There you have some websites, so go there.
It's weird. It didn't even look like a finger. That was a finger.
Yeah, that wasn't. Okay, that was a finger. And next show will be next week.
Yes.
That's all we know for now.
We do it on some weekdays. So you have to pay attention to the Facebook channel or the YouTube. It was nice to have this chat on Facebook. This actually worked today.
Yeah, thanks.
So thank you, everybody. Really appreciate you being here. Yeah, we're already out of time. But we had several suggestions today for how to help you recharge. And we actually did a meditation together, which will have helped you recharge. Yeah. I mean, I feel I had a full day of work and I was dragging, but I feel totally different right now. I feel recharged. So
energy pump.
This was an energy pump. Yeah. So thanks, everybody, for watching. Really appreciate it. You being here with us. Really love the comments. Thank you, Christine and Janie. And that was everybody, right? Didn't miss anybody in the comments today. Yeah. And look, we got some likes. We got a heart. We even got a cry.
Two people.
Two cry faces. Something Arnaud said earlier. But join us.
Maybe it was you.
Huh? Join us for the next show. We're gonna try to do a group meditation every show because I think that really helps us all. Until next time, everybody, this has been the latest edition of Peaceful Creativity Live.
Peace.
Oh, the outro. The outro.